G'day guys, Daniel here from DJC Sports with video blog number 3. Again, I think the quality is a little bit better by the looks of it, so we're improving each time, so thanks for being patient. Asked some questions of you guys today and you sent in heaps, which is good. There's only about half of them as well. I think you sent through about 20 questions or maybe a little bit more. Can't address them all today. I will go through 10 of them. So we're going to get straight into it. Nick Madalone, I hope I pronounced that right, Nick, or apologies about the accent. Nick's asked, should we try and make a trade for a big bat or a pitcher? The free agent route isn't working. Firstly, Nick, I agree that it isn't. However, sadly, I can't see a trade eventuating at this point in time. It seems that the O's aren't prepared to give up any of their big name hitters. There was a bit of talk about JJ Hardy, but that's certainly not going to happen now, I don't think. And they've repeatedly said that they're not going to give up their... sorry, it went a bit dark there. They've repeatedly said they're not going to give up any of their young arms either. So I don't think that'll be happening at this stage, especially we're only about 27 days now away from first spring training game starting. I hope that answers your question. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to get through them quick tonight because there's a few of them. Hines sent through a question. Ever thought of moving to Baltimore and trying to work with the Orioles? I have. It would be a dream job, don't get me wrong. But I also have a great 9-to-5 job here in Melbourne. And the city of Melbourne and the Australian and Melbourne way of life it really is too good to leave. Melbourne's been voted the most livable city in the world for the last few years. I'm just going to leave here, to be honest. Certainly going to head over there and visit in the next few years as well. So thanks, Hines. Next one's from Connor. Connor, would you rather sign Fernando Rodney or put Tommy Hunter in as closer? I think either of them would be good enough to do the role, definitely. And despite Rodney having a poor season in 2013, his form in 2012 proves that he's got the stuff. I think the key difference for me is that having Rodney as the closer will allow Tommy Hunter to continue in the 8th innings as he did so well last year. So yeah, I mean, if we can sign Rodney, it would be fantastic. That just gives us a little bit more flexibility earlier in the innings as opposed to having to rely on someone like Darren O'Day and increase his workload too much. So thanks, Connor, for that one. Matt Duckworth, again, sent one in. G'day, Matt, how are you? Who's your all-time favourite Orioles player and why? I mean, the obvious choice, like all you guys, is probably Cal, who's an absolute legend of Birdland. However, probably at the moment, probably other than that, it's one of the guys we've got at the moment, Adam Jones. He's definitely right up there. I play baseball here in Melbourne for a club named Heathmont. And I'm a centre fielder, so obviously I have a bit of an interest in how Adam Jones goes. And I love his skill with both the glove and the bat. His offensive numbers are still improving, as we saw last year. And also I've had been privileged enough to have a few discussions with him online via Twitter. He's very approachable, always happy to answer some questions, which I've put a few articles up about in the past. He seems a very humble man. He does a lot of good work for charity, and I love the way he interacts with all the fans most of the time. So definitely Adam Jones is my favourite for that reason. I suppose I've got here as well in a note. He follows me on Twitter as well, so I really appreciate that, Adam. Thanks for the question, Matt. Next one is from Andy. What's your opinion on Brandon Stenhouse, the 17-year-old Australian who has just been signed by the Yankees? Look, he does look to have really good stuff. He's quite tall, very athletic. It looks like a very good pitcher. A few of my baseball teammates, we play winter season and summer season here in Australia. I only play winter. A few of my winter baseball club teammates actually play at Cheltenham, the Rustlers, with Brandon. And they couldn't speak more highly of the guy, both on and off the field. Apparently he's a very nice young man. Yeah, I think he's got some good stuff, and I think he's going to do well. Seems like he's got the right attitude. And yeah, it's always great to see a young Melburnian sign with a major league team, even though it is the Yankees. So thanks for that question, Andy. Jim Strouth, your prediction on the opening day starting rotation. Jim, I put a few articles up on the website, penandpapersports.com, previously about this. To me, it looks like I think it'll be Tillman, Gonzalez, Chen and Norris. The fifth one's up in the air, and I'm predicting Burnett. I reckon we're going to sign him. It makes sense. He lives just out of town, so and he's a perfect fit for the Orioles. So yeah, I reckon it'll be those five. I hope. Thanks, Jim. Cole Ultos. Again, apologies if I pronounced that wrong. How do you think AJ Burnett will fare if he signs with the Orioles? I think he'll do pretty well. I think, as I said, he fits well in the team. We certainly need a veteran who's going to show up for quite a few innings. A bit of reliability and stability, which would be great. His career record, I had a look at that against the AL East teams, and it isn't too bad. Against the Yankees, ERA of 2.43. Against the Rays, it's 3.45. So they're both pretty solid. And the Yankees and Rays are definitely going to be two teams we need to contend with and beat if we're going to progress to the playoffs. Red Sox 4.88 and the Blue Jays 5.64. A little bit inconsistent against those two times, obviously historically during his career, but I still think he'll be more than adequate in our rotation. So thanks, Cole, for sending that one in. We've got 3 to go. I'm looking at the time, 6 minutes. All right. Harry King, why haven't the Orioles got an upgrade in the free agent market this off-season? I've got a few reasons. Very simply, not enough cash, too many risks, injury concerns, and simply not the right fit at times as well. All of those reasons, plus there's no doubt a few more, is why they haven't upgraded, as you've suggested or asked, Harry. So thanks for sending that question in. Corey Rains has sent one through. Very, very simple question. Can Nolan Reimold play more than 10 games? Yeah, I think he can. I personally, and I think I've said this before, I can't see him starting in left field on opening day. I think David Law has that covered. However, he will be a solid contributor throughout the season, no doubt, if he can stay healthy, and fingers crossed that he does. And then finally, I don't have a name, it's from Orioles Memes, is the name of the Twitter account which sent this last one through. What are your thoughts on Hunter Harvey, and where do you think his ceiling is? Very exciting prospect indeed. For those who don't know, he's a young pitcher, and last year he pitched to an ERA of 0.38. Yeah, that's right, 0.38. Had 116 strikeouts in just 54 and 2/3 innings. Anyone with that type of those type of statistics in his senior year is unlimited potential, really. I know his fastball has reached 97 miles an hour already, and that's likely to increase as he increases his strength later on as well in his upper body. So yeah, I think he's got some really good stuff. Sorry, just screen's over there. Lastly, his dad was also a very good pitcher himself in the majors, very good closer in the early 90s. So it shows that he's got some good grounding and he's got a really good support crew around him by the sounds of it. So yeah, I think he's back to your question, where do you think his ceiling is? It's unlimited. I think he could be a really good prospect for the Orioles in a number of years. So thanks, Orioles Memes, for sending that one in. That's it, guys. That's all 10. I will get around to a few more during the week, hopefully. So if you do have any more, send them through, and I'll just try to put my spin on it. Obviously, you can debate it as much as you want, but I'm happy for your criticism. Just don't be abusive like some people, otherwise you'll be blocked. Thanks again, guys, and have a great weekend. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.